Before we begin, I'd like to thank Oilkin for creating both the thumbnail and renders used in the video. I'd also like to thank Encrypted Raven for going over the script as well as going over the game with me. Now, let's begin.
When I say Rolv, what comes to mind? Arsenal? Typical colors? Unit classified? Counterblocks? All popular titles, but not the only games Rolv has ever made. You see, Rolv, in the past, has produced and abandoned a couple games. Before Unit Classified, we had Unit 1968. Got an update or two, then was dropped, but apparently still good enough to get a second attempt on Unit Classified. On the other hand, we have the subject of today's Flashlite, Robber. Think entry point, but everyone is a player. While Robber has been abandoned, it's still quite the game. There are two teams, law enforcement and the robbers. Robbers are tasked with infiltrating the facility at hand and stealing/hacking the objective. In terms of how they do this, players are given a fair amount of options. Entering the facility can be done in a number of locations scattered across the map. My favorite is the ventilation system. Once inside, players must make their way to the objective. Avoiding guards is probably for the best, but you have a suppressed M9 if a guard is standing between you and the objective. While attempting to silently execute guards can be risky if someone notices, so long as you're quiet, it can be done. And there is an upside. Meleeing their bodies allows you to hide them, and if they're carrying a key, suddenly stealing gems just got a lot easier. Depending on the objective, players will either have to lockpick or hack, each of which takes 6 seconds. While doing this, you're unable to retaliate if a guard notices you, so make sure the coast is clear. If you do get caught, things are going to be tougher. As soon as the guards notice someone, a silent alarm goes off and a SWAT team is deployed to the facility. This gives you a mere 45 seconds to kill the guards, who also now have access to the bigger guns in the armory. Also, all the lights can be turned on once the alarm sounds, so suddenly stealth is near impossible. Thankfully, all is not lost. You, being prepared, brought a MAC-10. While it won't be easy, you can blast your way through the guards, though be careful about not getting mobbed by 4 guards with shotguns. Exfiltration requires you to go sprinting out of the facility and towards one of the 2 pickup trucks. Once arriving at these, you escape. On to the guards. Guards must patrol the facility and eliminate any thieves. However, they are met with a couple challenges. Due to management being stingy, you can't have all the lights on, meaning a lot of the facility is blanketed in darkness. Your only way of seeing in this darkness is with your cheapo flashlight that produces minimal lighting. This is compared to the robbers, who spent their budget on night vision goggles. However, if you're a team player, there are security cameras. You can use these to spot robbers, so long as they don't shoot the cameras. If you see a robber, pressing E with your crosshairs on them or shooting them a couple times spots them. This marks the location they were spotted at as well as sets off the alarms. Once the alarms are set off, you're in a much better position. You can turn on all the lights, allowing you to see easily, as well as open up the armory, giving you access to better weaponry. If you die, you're given a second chance at life as a SWAT. All guards who die before SWAT arrives get redeployed as SWAT when they do arrive. The arrival of the SWAT is typically the climax of the round. Either the guards manage to beat the robbers in an epic firefight, or the robbers slink away into the darkness, already out of the state by daybreak. That's Robber. Sadly, Rolv hasn't really done much with the game. A while back they added a new map and made some other changes to the game, but then reverted those for some reason. At this point, I'm guessing the game is in development hell. Lack of updates means lack of interest, and the game gets very few players. Nonetheless, you may want to check it out. I'm Ticonite, and this was Flashlite. I'll see you in the Ruby Room.